joining us virtually today to celebrate the completion of the construction of the first phase of the Port of Tacoma interchange improvements. The scope of this project was large, and let's take a moment to appreciate what it represents. Reconfiguring the interchange was a significant step in improving the flow of traffic throughout the area for several reasons. This interchange is a critical access point into and out of the Port of Tacoma, and it will continue to be leading up to and even after the State Route 167, State Route 509 Gateway project comes online. The interchange also connects our region and acts as a conduit for state and international trade. Most importantly, for truckers and other vehicles alike, this interchange improvement means we can have less queuing, less gridlock, less brake tapping, and a better flow of traffic for all of us. This project is the culmination of decades of design, wetland mitigation, numerous funding requests, and most importantly, partnering with multiple federal, state, and local agencies. We'd like to thank the following agencies for this $45 million collaboration: the Washington State Legislature, the Washington State Department of Transportation, the Transportation Improvement Board, the Freight Mobility Strategic Investment Board, the Port of Tacoma, the Puget Sound Regional Council, and the Federal Highway Administration. We'd also like to acknowledge the citizens and businesses of Fife who have been very patient during this 2-year construction process. Today we have 3 speakers who will each say a few words. Pierce County Executive Bruce Danmeyer, 25th Legislative District Representative Kelly Chambers, and representing FIMSIB and the City of Fife is Councilmember Pat Hulsey. Speaking first will be Bruce Danmeyer.
Thank you, Mayor Roscoe, and this is a great day and a great way to end 2020. I think we're all looking forward to 2020 being in our rearview mirror and a brighter 2021, and that's what this project today, this ribbon cutting, represents to me. This is the beginning of a really significant series of transportation investments in the Fife community. When you put this together with the Gateway project, with Sound Transit, with everything else, I think the number is over $2 billion worth of investment in transfer station infrastructure in Fife. That is amazing. But I would tell you what is even more amazing to me, and the mayor touched on it, this is a very complex series of projects that require funding and collaboration and cooperation from all the different agencies she talked about: the state, the Freight Mobilization Strategic Investment Board, the City of Fife, everybody. There's been so many people involved. That is what people want in their government. Transportation is incredibly complex. You got to get funding from all over. You got to bring people to the table and get it done. The second thing that is very complex about this project is all the interfaces. It's not only just Port of Tacoma Road, it's Pack Highway, it's I-5, it's surface water, it's drainage, it's environmental mitigation. So this represents some of the best that I think our community wants in their government, in finding ways to make significant investments to make our community stronger economically and more vital. So Mayor Roscoe, to you and your team, thank you very much. And with that, it's my privilege to introduce the representative who represents this community in the state legislature, Representative Kelly Chambers. Kelly?
Thank you to Executive Danmeyer and Mayor Roscoe from Fife for the warm introductions today. I'm Kelly Chambers, State Representative, and I'm excited today to do the ribbon cutting here at the new Port of Tacoma Road. You know, the Port of Tacoma is a vital asset in Pierce County that has impact across our state. We don't just import and export goods from Pierce County. This goes up into the Kent-Auburn Valley, connects importantly to our manufacturing center in Frederickson, and across the state our agriculture and our farmers and growers in Eastern Washington that export product out of the Port of Tacoma. So this project is a classic example of how government agencies can work together, and I'd like to thank the City of Fife for all of their leadership in this project and connecting so many agencies together to make this project come to fruition. We're here at the corner of I-5, which is a classic bottleneck, and I'm excited that drivers will see some improvement and less backup of traffic on the freeway as so many freight haulers are exiting to get to the Port of Tacoma. So with that, I would like to introduce Fife City Council member and former FIMSIB board member Pat Holsey.
Thank you. I'm going to start with thanking the FIMSID board for the money that was invested in this project. The total funding for this project through FIMSID is almost $16 million between phase 1 and phase 2. And that shows the importance of the board's project list and selecting the projects. We also need to thank the residents of the city of Fife. We have roughly $8.1 million into phase 1 and $2 million into phase 2. And when you put the numbers together, that's about $1,000 per resident in the city of Fife. That's a big money for a small town. The initial $7,000 federal grant by an earmark program in 2009 was a catalyst for everything that came after. The money was available to fund the early project planning, including alternative analysis that led to one-way couplet design. The Freight Mobility Board strategic investment was the first agency to commit funds into the construction. That commitment was a catalyst for further construction funds. The Freight Mobility Strategic Board's recognition that wetlands mitigation was a critical part of the overall interchange allowed Fife to build all of the mitigation in a single phase several years in advance of the interchange construction, thereby maximizing the return on the mitigation investment. Those wetlands are adjacent to a city park and provide aesthetic enhancement to the community, as well as the habitat to salmon that the Puyallup tribe has introduced into Wapato Creek. And lastly, I'd like to thank our representatives, Chambers and Gilden, and Senator Zeiger for their support of this project. Also, the Senate Transportation Chairs, Senator Hobbs and Senator King, for their foresight into what this project will be. Also, the House, Representative Fye and Representative Barkas, co-chairs of their Transportation Committee. Also, and Congressman Kilmer and Congressman Heck, who have always supported our projects through transportation and realizing that the Port of Tacoma is one of the region's economic engines. Senators Murray and Cantwell have always supported our projects too and understand the importance of what we are doing, and we want to thank them for that. And now I'm going to bring the mayor back, and she's going to do the rest of it. So thank you.
Thank you to our invited guests. We appreciate you joining us virtually to celebrate the success and completion of phase 1 of this project. Now let's cut the ribbon, open up our new off-ramp, celebrate this phase, and get started on phase 2. Ready? 3, 2, 1! Woohoo!
Virtual high five.